Leo, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for mid-August 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Leo collective. Hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's get it going, my gods. Talk to me. What do we got for the beautiful Leos in their birthday season, might I add? What energies, messages, insights can we pull for our good friends? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Leo. Please and thank you. And while we get this first card out, I would just like to once again wish you all a very happy birthday from me to you. Whether it's just passed or whether it's still coming up, I hope you have a birthday for the ages, my friends. Let's get it going here. What do we got for the Leos, please? Guides and spirit team. It's been an intriguing mixture of energies the past few weeks. So, all right, I saw a very similar theme showing up in the Aries reading this week, which doesn't surprise me. It seems like both signs have commonalities here, but time could be very important, or there could be something you're waiting on when this card is here. Now, although that's very simple, and to me, there's a lot of complexity when this card shows up. But before we fully dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk more about this card. So if you look at the imagery here, we see this lovely lady. She's holding the hourglass, and the sand is slipping through, not just through the glass, but her fingers. And we could look at this in a couple of different ways. First off, with whatever situations you're dealing with, time could be playing a factor, whether it's waiting on something to happen, waiting for time to elapse before you address it. Maybe some of you feel like you're a little short on time, like you need to do something soon. It all really depends on your situation. And time is very malleable like that. We all experience it in different ways. And that's why some days it feels like they drag and drag and drag. Some days they go super quick and the day goes by in a blink of an eye. So to me, there could just be time playing a factor, or there could be somebody waiting on something big when this card is here. But another message, again, there's a complexity to this energy. So for some of you, you might just be dealing with complex emotions or complex situations in your birthday season. So we're just going to put that to the side for now. Let's get into tarot. And I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for my lovely Leos, please. And while we get this deck all shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. It was beautiful. The reading was titled A Big Offer. So for a lot of you, even for the coming days and weeks, keep your eyes open, whether it's offers of communication, emotional offers, or even monetary ones. I just felt like there was a lot of energy rolling towards you, a lot of magnetic energy, which is common for Leo, but it felt a little more intense. So let's see what energy shows up this week. As you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take out how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or somebody else's. Get you 3 cards to start. What do we have here for my lovely Leos? Please, thank you. All right, King of Swords, very stern, very serious. This is a plan-based energy as well, extremely strategic. Let's get a couple more before we really talk about it, though. Let's get that King right there next to the Amethyst. He could chill out for a minute. Let's get a couple more. Lots of people. And this is another theme that all the fire signs have been having. There's like so many people, lots of conversation happening. Let's get one more. Okay, if you're not like dealing with situations where there's a lot of people involved, yeah, Knight of Wands, all people for you in the top part of this spread. Now, this is going to change flavors as we move through the reading, but I mean, this is very intense. All this energy together, especially the elemental combination. But let's talk about it. Let's go through. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes. Then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. But at first look, first glance, I was already commenting on it. We have all court cards here. So whether these are different people in your life or an evolution of somebody's energy, because I could see that here on the back end. We have like an immature energy and a much more mature energy moving forward. But the elements of the air and the fire, you know, that could be very combustible. Now, that could be good sometimes for action, for progress, for moving things forward. but at the same time, it could be explosive and unpredictable. So it all really depends on how this all plays together. But yeah, with all these different people here, that maybe that's adding to the complexity of the energy that I'm feeling. But let's go through piece by piece and really start to build this out, because they all have differences. That's one thing for sure. But position number one, we have the King of Swords. I already gave you a few of the themes that are attached to this. Now, I always say with all kings, they represent control of their respective suit. Swords, that's the realm of the mind, thought process, but also communicating and talking. And that's a big common theme with all of these cards. They're communicators in different ways. The King of Swords, if you're not connected to an air sign, so Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, this card is very stern, serious, strict in its ways. It's a determined card. It's not messing around. And I'm not saying this is just another person. You could be stepping into King of Swords energy yourself, where it's like, okay, it's time to get serious about this or serious about something. This energy is just not playing games. I also say it's the card of strategy and planning. So intriguingly, we have this card of strategy and planning, then a lot of action. So whether you're planning something or someone you're connected to is, there could be strategy involved, especially when this King of Swords is here. Now, the rough aspect of the King of Swords, it can be cold, very similar to the Queen of Swords. It could be someone that's a little mean, somebody that's not playing too nice. So just watch out for that. Sometimes it could be a grumpy individual, but we'll clarify it and see what's up. Moving to the center, we have the Page of Wands. So first card that could be representing you here. And with the way the energy flows, they're the same, but they're also very different. Now, the Page is the earliest of the court cards. They represent new, they represent youth. This isn't an energy that's fully matured. This is an energy that could be very fresh, or it's not fully fleshed out yet for one reason or another. Now, whether this is you or another fire sign, it doesn't always have to be. The Page of Wands is a communicator and a student, just like all pages. So whether it's like jumping into something like, let's go, let's do this. That's why I'm saying with this planning, then into the action. I like how that all links in. But this could be a conversation, very fiery conversation. So whether this is someone coming in hot, coming in quick, this could even be a back and forth, lots of talking, lots of people showing up here. So we're going to really want to clarify it and discern what's happening. Now, when it comes to the Page of Wands, the challenge of this card is to pace yourself, to not burn yourself out, to not lose your cool, lose your temper, things like that. That's when we get to the rough aspect of it. But at the same time, this is someone that has a lot of passion and drive and forward movement. So this could be good. Now, getting to the back end, we have the Knight of Wands. Another card that could be representing you or another fire sign, the more evolved version of this page. So we go from page to knight to queen to king in all the different suits. So there is a bit of a change here in someone's energy. So for a portion of you, might be dealing with someone where it's like, oh, they changed. They changed quite a bit. Maybe you've made a lot of changes within yourself, especially with all this fire sign energy we're seeing here. So whether you're looking at things in a different way or you feel a little more evolved. Now, the Knight of Wands, fast, fiery action. Could also be the communicating, just like we saw with this Page of Wands. But I feel like this is going to be very intricate, especially like with the planning and getting something going, then finishing. It's like plan of action, make it happen. Plan of action, make it happen, follow through. So I like it. I'm a fire sign myself. I totally get it. But some signs, they can't take this intensity, especially with the explosiveness. Now, when it comes to the challenge of the Knight of Wands, it could move so fast that it's unpredictable. This is that fiery, explosive energy as well. So we'll see how this all plays out, because there's a lot more detail. I want to dive in. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle. Let's see what's happening here for the lovely Leos. Please and thank you. What is going on? And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that king. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Leo, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, King of Swords time. What's happening here? Thank you. All right, I like this. I like this for the most part. We have the Eight of Swords in reverse. Now, for a lot of you, if there has been a situation that's been stressing you, or like a serious situation, you could be getting very close to resolving it or fixing it or just like working through it in one way or another. Because I am getting big problem solving energy here as well with the Eight of Swords in reverse. So just know, yeah, there could be some Leos out there that are dealing with some serious situations, or there's something that you've been taking seriously with this Eight of Swords. If it was in the upright, I'd be like, okay, you still got a ways to go. In reverse, it's an energy that's being freed. So now is a great time for a lot of you, whatever situations you may have been dealing with, to like fix it, solve it, work through it. And you could do that in any way that you want to do it. But another thing I'm seeing here with this Eight of Swords in reverse, I'm still picking up that strategy. Okay, is it a bad plan? Is there somebody strategizing and planning for a bad reason? I don't think so. I feel like the intentions are good, the intentions are pure. So that's where the energy kind of splits for me, because I'm getting both of those. So whether it's yours or someone else's. So just to recap before we move forward to the action, yes, this could be somebody wanting to put a plan into place, but I'm also getting a lot of problem solving or a serious situation you've been dealing with. Even if it's one that pops up in the coming days and weeks, I feel like it could be solved quickly and worked through quickly if you don't let it sit and fester, if that makes sense. You need to make action and be on top of it, whatever this situation is. So let's keep moving over to the Page of Wands here. Let's see what's happening. Because yeah, with this energy, now all the action coming up, still all fire and air. So it's not stagnant, that's for sure. Let's see why that page is here. Thank you. Yeah, have you ever like heard of people where they're about to have a conversation or a talk and it's like they're rehearsing what they're going to say, or they're wishing they would have said something? It's giving me that vibe, whether it's one or the other or both, where it's like you think about a conversation that's already happened and it's like, damn, I should have said this, or I wish I said this instead. It's giving me that energy. So there could be someone you're connected to where they wish they said something different, or they're wishing they said something that they really feel but didn't for whatever reason. Four of Cups is a card of thinking. It could be a little discontent. So just know there could be various different people that could be bringing, I don't want to say they're bringing their issues to you, but they might be venting to you and putting like things that they're dealing with out on the table for you to help them solve. That's a big thing we're picking up with the problem solving as well. But I'm also getting this rehearsed type of thing in regards to communicating. So if it is someone that's planning on talking to you, or maybe something where you're rehearsing to speak your piece, or like, all right, well, when I finally talk to this person, or when I finally get in there, I'm going to say this, I'm going to say that, I'm going to say that. So it's either rehearsed or wishing somebody said something too. Let's keep moving forward. Again, I don't feel it's super complicated. There's a lot of thought here. For a portion of you, you could just be on someone's mind in a very big way, especially with the Eight of Swords, the Four of Cups. These are very mental types of energies. So there could be someone that has you on the mind, or there could be a specific person on yours. But let's keep moving forward. We'll talk about that more during the recap. We are seeing a lot of this talking or wanting to. So why is that Knight of Wands here? Quick. Five of Swords in reverse though. Okay, somebody like wanting to make it right, and I saw that in the front. There's somebody that might want to mend a bridge. There could be someone that feels like they may have an apology, or they don't like tension between you two. So just know, if something comes up in this time and you have tension between you and another person, it's not like they're thriving off of it. To me, it's like this person doesn't want to have tension. They want to make something right, or at least apologize. So there's an apologetic energy here. Maybe that's something you're feeling, for all I know. Maybe there's someone you're wanting to mend a bridge with, but with the serious situation and the planning, like, all right, this is how I'll approach it. This is what I'll say. The Five of Swords, if it were in the upright, I would say this is a big warning, but it's not. It showed up in reverse. In the upright, this is usually a card of someone that's selfish. In the upright, this is a card of conflict, people fighting it out. So when I see it in reverse, that's the way we want to receive this, where it's somebody who has empathy. They could put themselves in someone else's shoes. Okay, so there could be somebody wanting to empathize, or trying to empathize, or needs more of that. But yeah, with this Five of Swords in reverse, there could be someone that wants to relieve the tensions and make something right. We do see a serious or an important conversation showing up here in a big way as well throughout the whole thing. So let's go through, and lots of mental action. A lot of it is mental here, but let's go through and do a quick recap. Then we'll get into the shadow card. Yeah, we have a lot happening here, Leo. So if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the King of Swords with the Eight of Swords in reverse. To me, this did feel like somebody problem solving, trying to like, all right, strategize and plan it. How am I going to make this right? There could be a serious situation you're dealing with, or one that pops up in this time. Just know that you could get through it rather quickly when this energy's in the mix. I feel like you could just solve a lot of things rather quickly. So there could be people bringing their issues and problems to you. Moving to the center, we have the Page of Wands with the Four of Cups, and it was giving me like a rehearsed type of vibe where someone's like, oh, well, I should have said this, or they want to say something and they're like rehearsing it. So again, there could be an important talk coming in, but there's someone that has another person on the mind in a very, very big way. Moving to the back end, we have the Knight of Wands with the Five of Swords in reverse. So we have this plan for problem solving, this little rehearsal of action. Then we have finally somebody trying to make something right. So just know if you're on shaky ground with somebody, you could probably smooth that over. This isn't somebody that wants to be on bad terms with another. But I feel like this has good potential. It just really depends on the situation you're going through here. So please take a screenshot of that if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. So let's get a good shuffle here for the lovely Leos, please. Guides and Spirit Team. And yes, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing. So let's get you one. And if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Let's get this going. One card here for my good friends. There we go. Thank you, Queen of Swords. So another person, another individual, the bookend energy to this King of Swords that we saw here in the very beginning, and they share a lot of traits, a lot of similarities. So if this isn't an air sign of importance, you could be stepping into this swordsy type of energy, which is okay. But she shares a lot of the things with the King. Now, hopefully there's not something going on that has you feeling a little bitter. But I feel like this also reinforces that energy we saw here. If it's not planning, it's taking something seriously and taking action to fix it. Because if you don't take action, nothing's really going to change. That's the vibe I'm getting here with this Queen of Swords. For a portion of you, if it's not issues or history with an air sign, remember, this could be someone that is like very serious, strict in their ways. So there might be some work to do in regards to that. But this is a very smart energy as well. So just know whatever it is that you're going through or whatever it is that pops up, mentally, you have what it takes to get your way through it. So I like this Queen of Swords. It handles business as long as it takes the things seriously. Okay, so take that for whatever it's worth, Leo. And yeah, that's what I have for you this week. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. And for the July subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced after this week's Fire and Air readings. But for the August subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Gilded Tarot Royale, one of my favorite decks ever. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, it's 2 simple things. As always, my friends, first, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, if you could time travel, would you rather go into the past to meet your ancestors, or would you rather go into the future to meet your descendants? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.